Hi, my name is Aidan Mitchell. My colleague Alice and I are here today to share how Workday's vision and strategy for planning and analytics is laying the foundation for enterprise agility, enabling your teams to keep up with today's pace of change. The most successful finance teams have evolved to become leaders and partners to the business in effectively managing change and navigating turbulent times. Adapting to change in business is like the incredible changes we've seen in the sports world over time. I've been a runner for many years, and I'm an Olympics junkie. When I was a kid, our local athletic club in a small town in the west of Ireland somehow convinced a group of elite athletes to run in a club road race. This blurry pic shows the winner, future Olympic gold medalist Sebastian Coe, one of several Olympians in the field. Back then, the athletes had simple needs. They stayed and dined with local host families and had no support teams. They had to eat what was on the plate and figure out the rest on their own. Times have changed. When another Olympic champion, Eliud Kipchoge, broke the unthinkable 2-hour marathon barrier in 2019, he didn't have to fend for himself. He had a team of nutritionists to prepare his fuel, a team of elite pacers on the course, and he followed a laser-guided precision path to achieve this amazing feat. None of us are Kipchoge, unless he's watching this. Hi, Eliud. But in a business sense, the competitive environment we all operate in has changed as dramatically as running has. And we all need the very best products and partnerships to compete. What nutrition is to athletes, data is to business. Operating at a higher metabolic rate drives the need for better data, more timely data, dramatically greater data volumes, and an intelligent data core that can support not only the company-wide planning process, but the need for continuous analysis with plan execution. You know, when COVID first hit, we saw a 30-fold increase in the usage of planning scenarios, and the platform handled it without a hitch, supporting FP&A teams using adaptive planning across the globe. And our customers haven't looked back. In fact, when we compare this year to last year, monthly scenario planning is up by 28%. These are great examples of how Workday is built to support change. Accounting teams were also impacted. The monthly financial close cycle is typically executed by tightly knit teams. All of a sudden, our customers' accounting teams were no longer physically together and had to close their books remotely, many for the first time. Having a single source of live data and common reporting tools was critical to making this forced shift successful. One of our customers, Equinity, a global technology solution provider, went live on Workday globally during the pandemic and was able to close its books remotely for the first time, while also discovering key insights. In fact, Equinity used Workday to derive more insights within a few weeks of COVID-19's onset than they had in the previous 18 months. None of this was a chosen path or part of a well-defined strategy. It was forced on all of us by external factors beyond our control. This pattern will continue into the future, but many organizations are simply not ready for it. According to FSN, 80% of organizations cannot forecast beyond a year. So much of this is driven by the continued explosion of data needed to navigate the modern business world. A recent Harvard Business Review survey of finance managers and executives revealed that 90% of respondents say the volume of data collected and used by the finance team has increased somewhat or significantly over the past 2 years. Without changing, organizations will be left behind. The gap between the pace of change we're experiencing and the ability for an organization to keep pace with it creates a problem we call the acceleration gap. Similar to the gap between today's athletes and those of a few decades ago, it continues to grow over time. When we've partnered with our customers, what we found is that they're able to not only close that acceleration gap, but are poised to lead their markets in growth. How do they manage this? Well, we've learned from our customers that they shifted from finance and financial-centric planning to company-wide planning, from point-in-time strategy to continuous recalibration, and by making insights formally limited to a selected few, securely available to all. This is all made possible by Workday's Intelligent Data Core. The Intelligent Data Core provides a unified platform to report and analyze transactional, operational, and planning data in Workday. It's the foundation for enterprise planning and analytics. Built on the Intelligent Data Core, Workday products form the building blocks for enterprise planning and analytics for the Office of the CFO. They are Workday Prism Analytics, to ingest and blend enormous volumes of data that sits outside of Workday to create richer views of enterprise health. Prism is the data hub for finance. Workday Financial Management enables customers to run all of their financial operations and processes in the cloud, generating data which is foundational to the intelligent data core. Workday Adaptive Planning, with a powerful engine to model and forecast future scenarios and react instantly to changing conditions. Workday Accounting Center, ingesting high-volume operational data, then applying business rules to transform it into accounting. With machine learning embedded into the platform and applications for greater efficiency and insights. Delivered on the intelligent data core, the enterprise planning and analytics solution from Workday offers unified data and experience for all users. Data is essential for effective and accurate planning across the company. Now that we've seen the power of the platform, I'd like to invite Alice to explore how Workday supports the need to pivot quickly company-wide. Alice, of course, quick pivots aren't just for companies, are they?
Aidan, I feel like all I've been doing is pivoting. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be with you today. Was anyone in a pod during COVID? If so, you know the success or failure of your pod to stay safe depends on everyone working together in an isolated group. Kids washing their hands, parents ensuring there weren't outside visits, everyone focused on the same goal, clean health and getting through the pandemic. While the pod kept us safe, we were isolated from new information in the broader community. And once we broke out of the pod, not only did we gain socialization, but also insights from others' experiences. Sometimes finance works in their own pod. They'll have to crunch numbers and be alone. But they're losing the context of what's going on with their end business. This results in finance doing an annual plan based off last year's numbers, or creating sales projections without considering trends in the last few months, or setting expenses without considering changes to the supply chain. Their plan isn't as valuable or strategic in isolation. They need additional insights. For finance to be strategic, they need to shift outside their pod and engage with business partners across the enterprise. Finance needs to bring together operational and financial data along with planning data for a holistic view of the business. They need to create multiple what-if scenarios for not only operational planning, but workforce, sales, and demand planning on our flexible modeling platform. And engage with their business partners using our intuitive interface, which makes it easy to actively review the variance and drill to the underlying financial or operational detail to do analysis and reforecast appropriately. By adopting these best practices, finance is in a unique position to bring together all the different functions within the organization to plan and analyze. This allows finance to be the strategic partner, guiding their organizations to ask questions and explore answers with real-time data and insight. Answers to questions like, how comfortable are we with our current plan, and do other line of businesses agree? Where are the opportunities for growth? What are the dependencies between my revenue growth plan and hiring? And how does my plan feed into the overall corporate plan? Let me share with you a story of a customer answering those questions through company-wide planning. Chuy's is a Mexican restaurant chain based in Austin with 95 stores and growing. In order to plan appropriately, their store managers access Workday Adaptive Planning to provide inputs into the budget model, which finance consumes into their projections and makes any adjustments. This is a great example of how line of business owners or store managers who are on the ground with the business and customers can add their valuable insights and experiences to ensure the model has all the information it needs to be accurate. And Chuy's is just one of many customers doing company-wide planning today. The future is even more exciting with machine learning adding intelligence to the plan. Let me highlight just a few examples of intelligent planning. Today, our anomaly detection utilizes time series prediction to alert planners when users' inputs fall outside normal or historical ranges. Additionally, outlier reporting compares machine learning forecasts with the planner's forecast, identifying accounts with significant differences. Coming out in limited availability this fall, we're delivering our intelligent demand forecasting, which takes factors like seasonality and promotions into account to automatically generate SKU-level forecasts based on historic actuals. In addition, we're working on delivering territory recommendation, empowering sales operation teams to quickly and easily segment the account landscape perform what-if analysis, and create balanced sales territories. These are just a few highlights. Imagine having that level of intelligence in forecasting and planning across your business. Moving from siloed financial planning to company-wide enterprise planning infused with machine learning is only possible when it has the intelligent data core. Aiden, does this shift to company-wide planning resonate with how you're seeing customers respond to changes in the market and what's next for them?
Well, Alice, what you're describing sounds so familiar to me. Business agility isn't achieved with just planning analytics. It requires action. It's like a runner who has the right nutrition and training plans, which are essential, but not enough. They have to go out and execute, recalibrating during each race depending on conditions, as well as fine-tuning their preparations from race to race. Likewise, in an organization, no change will happen without the execution, and then reanalysis and replanning, driving continuous improvement in virtuous cycles. We call this continuous recalibration. To continuously recalibrate, you must have a continuous single source of truth with higher quality, detailed, and timely data. Let's look at an example. FP&A teams may not care too much about the record-to-report process in accounting, but this is one of the key reasons why FP&A gets latent, disparate data. Let me explain. In a traditional record-to-report process, traditional ERP systems strip data away as you move through the process. It's slow and linear. Once you're all done with the close, actuals are often split off into a separate planning system. But that means you're losing rich dimensionality from transactions, which can reveal the why behind the what. And it means you lose the ability to interrogate the data and drill back to the transaction, for example. What you need is the ability to get faster access to the data that matters, all in a single solution. With one platform for them to work out of, we maintain the additional depth and dimensionality of transaction data instead of stripping it away. With a continuous accounting engine, with embedded machine learning to detect journal anomalies and maintain the integrity of the data. Finance, whether accounting or FP&A, gets a real-time view into actuals with context, providing insight into drivers to inform rapid and timely adjustments of driver assumptions. Continuous recalibration also requires continuous process automation, from plan to execution. Imagine approved plans seamlessly pushed out to your financial management solution, driving better decisions and budgetary controls, enabling greater collaboration and alignment between finance and HR in particular, as positions and job recs are created from approved headcount, and automatically reconciled to plans, saving hours and days of manual reconciliation efforts. And as the transactional actuals feed back into the plan, you and your business stakeholders can monitor and quickly pivot based on the latest data. That is continuous recalibration. One of our customers I'd love to highlight is ChristianaCare, a leading healthcare provider in the US. They've partnered with us early on in their journey to finance transformation. ChristianaCare runs on Workday Financials and HR and rolled out Workday Adaptive Planning to 400 planners in early 2020. The goal was to provide their budget by April. Then the pandemic hit, and its impacts to a healthcare provider like ChristianaCare were enormous. But just a couple of months after going live with Workday for their annual planning, they quickly pivoted to monthly forecasting in just 4 days, so they could better manage their way through the ever-changing conditions. Just to survive and make the right decisions for their people, ChristianaCare had to be able to think fast and scenario plan, and they had the tools at their disposal to do that. That agility in planning allowed ChristianaCare to stick to its decision to maintain take-up pay for all workers and protect its community. This would not have been possible for them before Workday. And last, continuous recalibration requires continuous insights, powered by machine learning to ingest, enrich, and transform operational transactions into accounting. Continuous insights require finance to go beyond analyzing just finance data to blending and interrogating high-volume business event data. Here's an example. For an insurance company, that critical business data is insurance policy details. So there's a need to add additional attributes like type of policy. If it's a car insurance, it could be car make or car model. Blending this with finance data creates an incredibly rich data hub that underpins all analysis, reporting, and planning. And when it comes to resolving variances, everyone has the same data, with the ability to drill back all the way to the source, whether that's financial transactions or insurance policies. This blend of external and operational data provides much deeper and richer context around business performance. A great example comes from our customer, Florida Atlantic University, FAU. FAU consolidated its HR and finance data into a single system of record in Workday, making compliance and other standard reporting more efficient and dependable. As data gravity shifted to Workday, FAU relied on Workday Prism Analytics to draw on over 12 years of historical finance, HR, procurement, and student data from various systems for analysis and insight. FAU managers, planners, and decision makers in various business groups could innovate proactively, quickly creating new use cases in Workday. We are so honored to be partnering with so many of our customers to help them continuously recalibrate to gain greater business agility. I'll hand it back to Alice now for more on the importance of supporting faster, data-driven analysis and decision-making across the organization. Over to you, Alice.
Thanks, Aidan. Continuous recalibration is important for finance. As we continue to see companies close the books and make strategic decisions from their living rooms over Zoom, it is critical that everyone has access to the same source of data and consume it in their natural workspace. Now more than ever, we can't have gatekeepers of the information. Users submitting an IT ticket for a report or waiting for an analyst to create a dashboard to review the data. Fortunately, Workday's unified architecture allows everyone to participate. We focus on solutions that are easy to use and consume, so your time is spent analyzing and being strategic rather than on data validation. But we know different stakeholders consume data in different ways, and we're listening. We continue to innovate on how to help our customers get better access to data their way. We want to ensure that both finance and accounting have access to data easily in their natural workspace. Office Connect is an Excel add-in that allows end users to pull data into Excel, blend with any existing workbooks, and leverage Excel formulas and formatting for reporting and analysis. We launched this product 7 years ago for all of our planning customers who've told me they've saved hours to days when they started using this tool for month-end reporting. And now we're extending its capabilities to give accounting users the ability to perform real-time analysis of Workday financial management in Excel. Let's see it in action. Please roll the demo.
I'm in Excel, and at the top, I can see the Office Connect toolbar. I'll click to log in to Workday. Once in, I see the reporting model elements on the left. This displays what I can use to build my reports, like GL accounts, time periods, companies, and other important dimensions like cost centers, including their hierarchies. These model elements come directly from Workday and enable me to focus on building meaningful reports. Let's take a look at a draft balance sheet that I already started. I already have a selected time period and a few of the major account summaries included, like liabilities and equity. I'm missing total assets, obviously, so I'll go ahead and add it by dragging it in from my chart of accounts. Boom! By clicking refresh, I now have a basic balance sheet with journal line data pulled in from Workday. I can see which cells were pulled from Workday by clicking linked cells, or what is referenced in a cell in my Review tab. This balance sheet is simple, but what's great about having the hierarchy info is that I can easily expand total assets to go deeper. I can keep expanding to whatever level is appropriate, or pull in any level from the tree individually to build my report quickly, tailored to my exact needs. Office Connect for Workday Financials truly enables easy report building and flexible analysis, all with the power and security of Workday.
Office Connect for Workday Financial Management is currently in our evaluation partner program. We've heard so much positive feedback from customers testing out this new functionality. As one customer said, it, quote, feels like a marriage made in heaven. We are looking forward to bringing you this capability next year. That was just one example of innovation starting in one product and spurring across the Workday platform. But that's not all. Discovery Boards is a tool that enables users to explore, visualize, and interact with data. We initially provided this capability for Workday Prism Analytics customers to use on their operational data. Then in the second half of 2020, Discovery Boards was extended to all Workday Financial Management and HCM customers. You can now leverage the rich charts and visualizations directly on your transactional data. And less than a year later, over 1,300 Workday customers have used Discovery Boards. Our next step is to create a new component in Discovery Boards specifically for financial statements and reporting. Though valuable, finance needs more than ad hoc reporting, charts, and visualizations. You need the ability to easily create precisely configured and formatted reports, exposing all that rich dimensionality from the intelligent data core, and the capability to share that content with your business leaders. This is the next evolution of our journey on the Discovery Boards platform to support the needs of our Workday Financials customers. These two new innovations provide the ability to have Workday financial management data at your fingertips, which enables faster analysis, quicker decisions for the company, and allows you to close the acceleration gap. Speaking of, Aidan, did you ever close that gap in your running race?
I'm still running, Alice. Never give up. Love the demo and super excited to bring all that innovation to our customers. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's step back for a second to recap. We started by acknowledging the obvious. The accelerating pace of change in our world confronts us with new challenges at every turn. We hear from many executives that the skills, budget, and resources just aren't keeping up at the same pace. In fact, many companies can spend up to 80% of resources just to run in a steady state. There's an imperative for us all to evolve to meet this challenge. Without evolving, the status quo will result in you being left behind. This is not an evolution that will happen overnight. It's a journey, but the payoffs for taking that journey are huge. Where are you on that journey? If you aren't sure, then take the first step to evaluate your journey to financial transformation with Workday. If you don't have Workday as a partner in your corner, then we would love to hear from you. If you're a Workday customer today, learn about the latest ways how our solution can help you gain even greater business agility in times of change. And for all of you, plan how you can help your organization close that acceleration gap. Workday is as passionate about your success as you are. And as you've seen, we have the product to enable you not only to survive, but to thrive. Not only to succeed, but to outperform. We want to partner with you. And, like Eliud Kipchoge in the marathon, break new barriers and accelerate together until the only gap is the one behind you.